Ow! We're wearing funny hats, James is excited, and that means it's day 16 of our Game a Day thing where we talk about a game every day for most of May. Today we're talking about a game starting with
P.
For
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Why does that Wurmple have red eyes?
Why did Andy and I write these so when it's my day I have to remove Andy from the screen, but when it's his day I just do the intro and never show up again? We shouldn't have to remove him forcefully, right?
Catch it! Catch the Wurmple!
I'm out of Pokeballs or something.
Lord!
That's right, you guys are about to endure a lecture about the best Pokemon game from a guy whose last experience in the series was X on the 3DS. Let's go! Pokemon Legends Arceus is the apex of the Pokemon series, to me at least. Ever since Pokemon launched on the Game Boy and my brothers and I started collecting cards and hiding secrets about where we got the best Mon from, I have been itching for a game that feels like this. A game where Pokemon feel like a part of the world, eating, breathing, reacting randomly, not confined to trees, tall grasses, water, caves, and certain patches of land. I think we all kind of longed for this type of Pokemon experience. Plus, this game came into my possession at kind of a pivotal time in my life. You see, I had just contracted my first dose of COVID-19 back in 2022 and was quarantined in my house. In my basement, more specifically. And with nothing to do while I laid on my couch attempting to sleep off the exhaustion that seemed to undulate around me, I picked up a game that I thought would just pass the time. Pokemon Legends Arceus. I had heard great things from my oldest brother who sang its praises like it was the only language he spoke. I didn't want to play anything involved or with a long runtime because I couldn't focus very well, so I figured a colorful, interesting world that I hadn't been involved in for quite some time would be a great idea. What I did not expect was just how much I would actually fall in love with this game and all of the mechanics that make it stand out far and above other Pokemon entries. I didn't expect this epic adventure that I didn't know I craved to take place as I played the game. No, I do not like open world games ordinarily, but this one felt so full of life and fun to me. Look at all those different Pokemon just living life around here. You can even see some in the distance to catch. Sure, they may move at a frame a second, but you can still see them and anticipate the danger they may pose or the adventure they can improve. You can just find a pile of similar Pokemon like Clefairy or Yanma, catch or fight every single one to extinction in that area, then move on to the next area. It's incredible to me. In my half-awake stupor, and even now, I still see this as simply the most climactic Pokemon adventure you can have. There's so little between you and catching or fighting Pokemon. The loading screens, which I had never had a problem with before, but definitely do not miss now, are so minimal and unobtrusive to the gameplay. It's simply impeccable. Then there's Alpha Pokemon. I still remember the first one I encountered that wasn't story related. It was a Wurmple. A friggin' Wurmple. It was a slightly bigger, slightly more aggressive worm than the others that surrounded it. I was absolutely dumbfounded that something so diminutive could still have such an impact. I understood alphas at that point to look and feel like alphas. Rapidash, Snorlax, the others you encounter in the first area. But then there's Wurmple. The only thing making it alpha is likely its size, which is still tiny. It was absolutely hilarious. I could not stop laughing. Sure, I was half awake, but even thinking about it and how a slightly bigger worm being an alpha is very funny. Upon a revisit to the game, it really reminded me how much I had seen when I played through it nearly 2 years ago. Each region I visited, the danger I put myself into to catch the strongest of the strong Pokemon, the strategies I thought I used but didn't even know about, type advantages, the hunt I went on, and how much I had left to do. Even now, I caught Pokemon I didn't even know were in the game. I had done a lot in this game before deciding I was ready to put it down, but I didn't think I missed many Pokemon. It really showed how much adventure is waiting for me to return to if I ever feel the want. Arceus is a beautiful game to me. It's not perfect, but this is exactly how I imagined any of these games actually playing. Exactly how the trainer in that world would expect everything to be. The Pokemon that move and react to the world, moving randomly, and becoming afraid or angry at you for invading their space while you're just trying to catch them all. The music is emblematic of this incredible adventure that continues far and wide even after you've put down evil bug Jesus. I am still just floored by how much more there is to do after I had already done all I'd done. This game really is a testament to how great the series can be after years of menus, screens, and holdups, and this really excites me for the next entry in the Legends series. I really enjoyed this game and I'm very glad I had it in quarantine. It's a great game to not only pass the time with, but just to enjoy for a first or second or 17th time. What game starting with P do you hold near and dear to your heart? Let us know in the comments. We'll see you soon for Q.